Hi everyone, Linda from Let's Talk Prepping, and a few of you have asked where have I been the last few weeks, and what happened was I got a sore throat on Monday. It was just a little bit, and I wasn't aggressive enough. Tuesday it was really wicked bad, and then I started gargling with Lugol's iodine and water, and I'm not a medical doctor. I don't advise doing this unless you do your own research. But it was wicked bad on Tuesday, but it was pretty much gone by Wednesday with all the gargling I did. But then my voice was bad. It was almost like laryngitis or something, so I couldn't really speak. And then, of course, once you get out of the habit of doing videos, it's like, oh, I have to drag all the equipment out. I have to get ready. I have to find something to do a video on. And I just got lazy and kind of said, oh, well, I didn't want to do the balloon. Everybody was doing that. I didn't want to do the train derailment because, everybody's doing it. And there was nothing new that I really had to offer for any of those things. And I kind of like to do things that I'm one of the first to get it out to you. And with the balloon and the train derailment and everything else that was going on, it was just hard to find something new to do. And again, I just got lazy and didn't do any videos. But I'm back now. I'm going to start doing some. I did a couple of shorts. I didn't even put them up. So I'll put a couple of shorts up. I've got a couple plans to do a couple of different prepping type of videos, so we'll get those. But for today, I thought we'd look at a couple of things that are interesting and nobody's really covering. And it's all to do with the decline of the US, of Canada, of the Western world, basically, and how we're really falling apart. So let's go look at a couple of these things and see what's going on. And they're very interesting, to tell you the truth. So here we go. And I'm over here at the globeandmail.com. It's a Canadian website. And MAID, that's medical assistance in dying. MAID eligibility should expand to minors. So they want this assisted suicide to euthanasia, as they call it, to expand to minors and patients with mental illness. Now, if that isn't something that's showing you the decline of our civilization, I don't know what is. How can minors be included in this? They should expand assisted dying to include mature minors. What are mature minors? I mean, they can't even drink. They can't vote, but they can decide that they want to die. So that's what they're discussing in Canada. And you can go through here and read this article, and it's on February 15th, so it's recent. And then I want to go over here and look at Fox News. Chinese fleeing to the U.S. border. Perfect opportunity to smuggle in communists. So this Gordon Chang is talking about how Chinese nationals are rushing to the U.S. through the southern border and to flee the oppressive Chinese regime, but they're also sending in spies, and they're using the migrant crisis to do it. So this is an interesting article. And of course, we're doing nothing about it. And you can go through here and read all about it. It's very interesting. And then over here in Newsweek, I said I wasn't going to talk about the balloon, but let me just tell you, the balloon intrusion shows China's regime is planning for war. And this is Gordon Chang. And he says that the spy balloon directly over some of the most sensitive American military sites this month suggests China is planning to wage war soon. And he talks about where it traveled. And the path suggests China is gathering intelligence for either a first or second strike on American nukes. Now again, this is just one man's opinion. But the communist leaders have decided that the U.S. is weak, and we are very weak now. And it says China for the last 3 years has been continually propagating the notion that the U.S. is finished as a great power. The East is rising and the West is declining. And it could be his favorite sentence. Notice I didn't even try to pronounce his name. So Chinese propaganda has hammered the America is done message. So we have this man's opinion that the China is planning for war. And if you really believe that, which is probably a great possibility, I guess you need to figure out what you have to do to be prepared. Food, water, some way to protect yourself. You have to really decide what you're going to need to prepare for that. Another sign that we're declining as a civilization is from the dailymail.com. It's dailymail.co.uk. Filthy homeless encampment is set up inside Chicago's O'Hare Airport. Vagrants now living next to baggage belts in crime-ridden Windy City. And it just goes to show you what's happening in the U.S. now and how we're accepting all of this. We're not trying to do anything about it because if we try to move them, it hurts their rights. So if you don't think U.S. is declining, I don't know what it's going to take. But most people are oblivious to all of this. And then over here on NBCConnecticut.com, we've legalized marijuana in Connecticut now, recreational marijuana. So what does that mean? To me, that means that we're going to have more government control. When people are under the influence of marijuana, it means that the government can control them more easily, and it's just the first step. If we go over here to NBC Connecticut, those that were convicted for marijuana, now they're first in line to sell it legally. And they're looking for ways to, under a special program in New Jersey, they're going to grant licenses to dispensaries run by people with marijuana convictions on their records. So you and I don't stand a chance of trying to sell it legally, but people who have been convicted have. And this was interesting. Stone, California seniors headed to the ER by thousands, study says. Stone seniors, and we're not talking about high school kids, are visiting emergency rooms for cannabis-related issues in unprecedented numbers, according to a new study by UC San Diego. According to a study, there were only 366 Californians over 65 who visited the ER for cannabis-related concerns in 2005. By 2019, that number had skyrocketed 3,200%. That's 320 times to 12,167 seniors that made trips to emergency rooms. So it's interesting that seniors are now going to the emergency room. The marijuana now is so much stronger than when seniors were younger. When I was growing up in the hippie age, I never tried marijuana, but supposedly now it is so much stronger that it makes it so much easier for people to be controlled by the government. And then over here, just real fast, more children than ever are overindulging on marijuana edibles. And both of these were from NBCConnecticut.news.com. So there we have it, just some interesting things that are going on. I promise I'll be doing some more videos for you and get back in the swing of things. If you have any comments, let us know below. And thank you, all of you people who were concerned about me. I really appreciate that. And I'll try to get more videos out for you. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't subscribed.